So we are on day 5 of my Facebook Live effort to help my fellow photographers any way I can. Tips and tricks, ideas, insider information, stuff like that. And so what I want to do today is I want to help with a simple one because it's Friday afternoon. I got lots of stuff going on. I'm sure you do too. And so I wanted to give you a real quick tip that I think a lot of photographers don't think about. And I'll tell you where this came from. So I used to work at Kelby One in the studios there. And one of the things that we needed to do on a regular basis was recreate the exact lighting and the exact position for videos that we were doing. Now, this applies to videos, obviously, but it also applies to still images in a lot of cases. If you're setting up lighting and you're doing portrait shoots, you're doing product shots, you're doing anything like that. I don't think this really applies as much to like landscape photography or anything like that. But if you're a working photographer and you have a studio setup, or you want to be a working photographer with a studio setup of some kind, and you're in the learning phase or you're in the early phase of actually getting going with your photography, one of the things that you should do is once you come up with a lighting setup, you take your smartphone and you step back from the scene and you take a wide shot to show yourself where all the lights and all the light modifiers and which softbox you use and where was the tripod located and which lens was on the camera and things like that. So one of the things that we used to do at the Kelby studios is when we had a setup that was going to be used for filming, I did a bunch of reviews for B&H. And so it's a set that looks like it was in the B&H store, but we had very specific lights and lighting set up and all that stuff. And so we would take wide angle shots from a couple of different angles, just for reference for on our smartphones. And then that way, whenever we were setting up the same studio, the same mini setup, we could go back and get the exact same lights and the exact same setup again. And this is going to help you a lot if you're doing, batches of product shots or bunches of, studio shots of people, portraits and model sessions and things like that. If you take pictures that show each of your lighting setups, then you'll be able to go back and recreate them a lot more easily. So that was really today's tip. It's use your phone or some other camera to take a picture of whatever kind of setup you have so that for future reference, you can go back and recreate it very quickly and very easily and make whatever adjustments you want to it. I always really appreciate learning articles where I've been to somebody's website and they're teaching how to do a certain thing. And one of the things that I really like is when they don't just talk about you set up this light, you set up that light. They talk about the setups and then they show you where those lights are set up. And they have a wide angle view or maybe a top down view or something like that. Those graphics where people lay out everything really does seem to help. So hopefully that'll help you. Like I said earlier in the week and again today, I am doing this every weekday for 3 weeks, and I may keep doing it. Just kind of depends on the response and if people want additional information. So here's a little bit of the behind the scenes. I want to make sure that you can always see these. So if you don't catch me live, and there aren't a whole lot of people live this afternoon on Friday afternoon, so if you don't catch me live, you can always see these in replay mode over at my YouTube channel. So youtube.com/Larry Becker is where you'll see these. I'm posting them every day after I do them live here on my personal Facebook page. And then I'll be doing these each weekday. You can go back and watch whichever ones you want, share them with friends. And if you want to reach out to me and send me an email and ask me for tips and tricks or offer your own suggestion and just get a shout out and me talk about your thing. So, hey, Chuck, thank you so much. And congratulations on your closing. I think I just saw that online today. So very cool. So in any case, feel free to shoot me an email. My email address is hilarry@larrybecker.tv. And it is a .tv, not a .com. So hilarry@larrybecker.tv if you have any tips, tricks, suggestions, questions, anything that you want to do on your own. So that's really it for today. take a wide shot that shows the setup of how you got the shot. You'll really appreciate it later on when you're looking through batches of pictures and you're like, how did I do lighting on that? Or how can I recreate that again? It'll help you out an awful lot. That's it. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys back here on Monday for some more tips and tricks to help my friend photographers. Have a great weekend.